So I installed a mod on my bike and I wanted to try it out. It's the Rally Raid ABS kill switch. So right now I do have the ABS on, which sometimes can get a little sketchy in off-road situations. So I'm going to turn the ABS off right about now. We'll see how that works. So the ABS is off. So I'm going to apply a little brakes and see how that feels. It's going to feel a lot different because this is the first time I've ridden off the pavement without ABS. Feels different for sure. So hoping this gives me a little bit more confidence on the bike. Brakes definitely feel better. Definitely feels a lot better without that ABS kicking in. Good morning everybody, this is Jess and welcome to my channel, Sound Mind Adventures. This is where I like to encourage people to get outside and create experiences with the intention of improving and maintaining mental and emotional well-being. This is my 2017 CB500X. I'm going to show you some of the upgrades that I've done on this bike. As far as the wheels and the suspension goes, it's completely stock. The bike as it is does very well for what I use it for. Rally Raid has a rather expensive kit for spoked wheels and suspension upgrade. I think that I would probably buy another motorcycle before I do those upgrades. So we'll start at the front here. These are the stock wheels. They do pretty good. These are the TKC 80 Dual Sport tires, and they do really well in the dirt. The next thing is the RNG radiator guard. This is really good to have if you ever take the bike off the pavement. Rocks can kick up and damage your radiator, and this helps offer some protection. This is a very important upgrade. This is a Guardian Bell, USMC Guardian Bell to be exact. Very important upgrade. I came from a Harley background, so that's a tradition for me. These are the Givi crash bars. They've held up really well. Aesthetically, I thought they looked the best. Maybe it's stupid to go for looks over function, but they've done well in both regards. This is the SW Motec skid plate. It's done well for me. I haven't had any problems with it. It's protected everything underneath the bike, and I've taken it through some rocky stuff before, and I haven't had any problems with it whatsoever. There are other ones out there that wrap more around the headers, but this one does okay for my purposes. These are the Rally Raid foot pegs. Give you a nice wide platform. Your foot is definitely not going to slip off that. This is the Leo Vinci exhaust slip-on. Again, coming from a Harley background, I really like the sound of an exhaust. Nothing too obnoxious, but I just like to hear my motorcycle. And in my opinion, this motorcycle sounded kind of like the Jetsons with the stock exhaust. The newer ones sound actually better, but this particular year, I just didn't like the sound of the exhaust, so I decided to upgrade that. The luggage I have on here is the Givi Trekker Outback cases. I don't usually take them off-road when I'm just out doing recreational riding. I had to remove the stock grab bars in order to install the luggage racks. So yeah, they've done well. They're not waterproof. From what I've heard, they're not waterproof. But I put dry bags in there, so I've never had any problems with things leaking. This is also the the Givi Trekker rack. Real super sturdy, real sturdy. I also have the center stand on here, SW Motec center stand. Again, this also has come in handy for, you know, just setting the bike up if you don't want it on the side stand. Also, it comes in handy if you're repairing the rear wheel or you're cleaning or lubing your chain. So I like that quite a bit. I also put on the side stand, I put a foot pad enlarger. So I don't have to worry about dropping this bike in the loose stuff, which I've done before, and it's not fun to pick it up, and it's kind of embarrassing at that. I have the Barkbuster hand guards. These have obviously done their job. This is the ABS kill switch. This bike does not come with one stock. This is made by Rally Raid. Some of you who are more handy could probably fabricate your own switch. I just found it easier to spend a little bit more money and just buy the one from Rally Raid. And basically it just keeps when I do take this bike off-road onto the dirt and the gravel, it will kill the ABS so that I don't have traction issues. Put an accessory bar on here. This particular bike did not come with an accessory bar, just a cheap thing I bought off eBay. Holds my Garmin navigation system as well as my phone mount. I have a gear shift indicator. I know some of you may think that's pretty lame, but maybe I'm not a real biker because sometimes I forget what gear I'm in. I look at it every now and then. And not to mention, sometimes I'm always looking for a 7th gear on this bike. So this just reminds me that I'm out of gears. I have no gears left to use. This is my fancy cruise control. These are the Rally Raid. I believe they're shorty shifters, but I like them a lot. They, to me, are way easier to use, and they look better than the stock shifters that came on the bike. I use a Giant Loop tank bag. This is the Fandango Pro. I'm a fan of Giant Loop, and I just put some dividers in there so that I can start carrying a camera around with me. So, anyway, that is everything that I have done to my CB500X. Her name is Roxy, and she's been a good bike. Coming from a Harley background, this was my first time where I've ever taken a bike off-road. This isn't a true adventure bike. It's more of a street adventure style bike. But the bike is very versatile, and it does everything that I want it to do, so I really can't complain. Alright everybody, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I know it was short. This was the first ride that I've done since the lockdown, so it felt really good just to get out and play around a little bit. I hope that everybody is doing well. I know it's hard to stay positive when we're bombarded by negativity everywhere we turn, especially from the news media, people we know, and politicians. I guess the first step is just to acknowledge, you know, if you're in a bad place mentally, and be willing to do what you have to do to help yourself out. It's so easy just to give in to the negativity and just stay in a funk. I'm not going to lie, I've had more than a few bad days since this lockdown started, and I'm sure that a lot of you watching have as well. And some of us are in areas where the lockdown rules are very strict, and some of us are in places where things are a little bit more lax. But if you can get outside, I highly encourage you do so. You know, I love riding my motorcycle, and this is what I needed to do to feel better, quite honestly. My ABS is still off, which is weird. If you haven't done so already, please hit like and subscribe. Hit that bell notification. You'll be notified of when I put out anything new. And I appreciate you watching this video. Hopefully you stuck around until the end. Alright everybody, this is Jess, and I am out of here.